today we're going to get right to it. Okay, we're going to get right to it. I had to take a little quick break because I was listening to a video, and this video made me say, you know what, we have to talk. And the reason that we have to talk is because I've been hearing this for so many years. I was taught this. I was taught that everybody that had a different religion, then they must be thinking about a different God. So when people do things that are not what people are used to working with, the common question is, what God do you serve? Who are you serving? Who is this really? Is it God or is it man? Where did you get it from? Is it the devil? What's using you? So, watching this video, the man is a driver. Gentleman gets in the car, so happens to be a pastor. The man says that he's a medium and he connects with loved ones who have crossed over. Ask the gentleman, did he believe in that? And he said he wouldn't seek it out. That's what the pastor said. So then the gentleman said to the pastor, the pastor asked him, where do you get these gifts? Where do you think you get these gifts from? The gentleman replies, I get them from God. I believe I get them from God. And then the pastor says, well, is it the God of the Bible, Buddha, Allah, or Hindu? Let's talk, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because I have got something to say. And I think it's going to be a video that I want to spend a little time with because I'm just saying it's one God. I'll never forget specifically. I had lunch with a Muslim, and this Muslim was a friend of mine, but we had never talked about God. And at this time, I was in like a sabbatical with the divine as I was being caressed away from this very strict indoctrination and enslavement of my mind. And of course, being it so that I was very, very, very sedated as a result of me being confined to the religion that I was in, which was Christianity. I'm telling you, God had to take its little time with me. Come on, sweetie. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Had to really take time with me because I was a hot flaming mess. I was that old like Carrie like person, like, they're all gonna laugh at me like that mother. I was the Carrie mom, okay? I was very, 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 very deep into the religion. So anyhow, as the divine caressed me, the first 6 months of our sabbatical was me understanding the love that was within all, that was amongst all, and that was honestly really what was being said with these religions, and also confirmed with me about the what we call God. So within that 6 months, I had quite a few experience with a quote unquote, what was she? An atheist. I had an experience with a Muslim. I was getting Chinese food and the divine dropped a dime on me that made me trip over the darn cement when I was getting my Chinese food. So let's just start here. The Muslim. And this one I really loved. And I take this one home because this gentleman, when I was sitting there, we're eating, having our good time, and he said something to me that in my mind alluded that he must believe in God. So we had a talk and he said, I said, you believe in God? He said, what? He said, there's only one God. Oh, well, he said, why? I said, well, why don't you explain to me about that little thing there with all the 8 arms? Or maybe he was Hindu. I can't remember which one. Whatever. The point is, it was like 8 arms and, the 8 arms and stuff. And he said, don't you guys say El Shaddai, Elohim, Jehovah Jireh? Though he didn't come back just like that, baby. Just don't worry about it. It's the same thing. There's only one God. And we reverence all of those things that we call God in the arms. drop the mic, slip boop, just like that. If I had time, I'd be making all kind of gadgets and gadgets on this video because that's just real. Thank you, bruh. We're talking, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just like when it was the young lady that I was talking to at the library. It's another video. You have to look back. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, okay? Go back into the archives. But I talked about it. The one where the lady, I was guided to the library and the divine had me sitting there at a very unopportune time because I had a workout class to get to and I wasn't able to get there because the divine told me I need you to make a pit stop, sweetie. So I made the pit stop just like God said. And when I did, I was greeted by this beautiful young lady from Russia who I did not know. But as I sat where God told me to sit and I'm waiting, chop, 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 boo, I got to go, thinking I'm still going to get there. Here comes this jolly little young lady. A shout out to AJ. She and I became friends and she rushes over to the computer area and she starts to talk. I have no idea why. She's talking to me. But then again, I knew then she must be the one. You're the reason that I'm here and I'm missing my workout class. So when she starts to tell me all about her situation and she starts really, really, really being so angry about how the world is. How dare it be so bad and so mean? People are so mean. There can't be a God. There can't be a God. I'm from Russia. You are from here. There is no way that there is a God. If there is a God, then there would not be all of this happening right now. Then I listened to her because I'm thinking, I gotta say this girl, she needs Jesus. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But then God said to me, don't you say one word. Listen to her. You just shit me up. Yes, God did. God said, so I had to be quiet. And I listened. And instead of trying to save her, I invited her. I invited, first of all, the divine into that moment. And then I invited her to this experience of having a relationship with God, because that's where I was. That was like in my space of really coming to know the divine in another kind of way. And I invited her to this. And then I invited her to read my book, Pregnant in the Spirit, How to Birth the Life of True Purpose. So I get the book, I give it to her, and I'm good. I'm like, my deed has been done for the day. God bless you. I hope you find God and love, peace to the Middle East. However, I missed my class. It's okay. So the next day, I'm minding my business. And again, God says, I need you to go back there. I go back the next day and she's there glaring at me as I walk in the door as if we had a meeting scheduled. And she knew I was coming. And she tells me her son read the book the night before. We ended up talking by the fireplace in the back room. And in a couple of weeks, we were skipped diddle-doo by darling down the streets as we were doing our workouts. We became friends. And I also reconnected with another friend of mine, Michael J. Powell, as a result of her. That's when Mike and I became really good friends. See the flow chart? You see how things go? But anyways, back to the lecture at hand, darling. As we're talking about, who told you that? Is it God? God of the Bible? Buddha, Allah, or Hindu? Buddha doesn't claim to be God. Buddha claims the Christ, if you would. Christ is not Jesus's last name. It's a state of being. It is the enlightenment aspect. It is the Christ consciousness. Oh, boy, did you strap right on you, right? That's what that was. That's what that is. And Buddha, real quick, that was another space where I found so much compassion and love as the divine introduced me to that space. How amazing was that? And so how amazing was that love through the practice of Buddhism? When I began to read about the practice of Buddhism, all I could do was weep because I felt the love introduced to it by a friend. And I was in a space suddenly with people who I did not feel like they were in some type of competition with me, but we were all on the same journey of love and compassion, service. There were some missing links. It's okay. I follow the divine. I spit out what doesn't apply. And keep it moving. That part. So anyways, I did that with this Buddhist practice. And Shakyamuni talks about this, how I believe it was Shakyamuni that was very wealthy, lived in a compound, one day saw what was happening on the other side. There was poverty. Everybody wasn't living the life that he was living. He wanted to know why. He escaped. And the story goes that he sat under a tree. And he decided to stay there until he found out the balance and to understand with compassion. How is it that I'm living like this and they're not? What's going on out here? Why is there poverty? Why? And as Shakyamuni, at a young age, quite like Jesus, the story of Joshua goes, began to discover and become connected like the hermit, yours truly. It was discovered that we all have this innate connection and ability as one. And then also individually, I will definitely add and stress. Everybody has their own individual course. Trust me, we're in the game. We may be a part of the same team because we all have spirit in us, but we all carry different souls. So there is a difference. So therefore, then Allah. Okay? And guess what? In every religion, every practice even, somebody's going to make it religious at the end of the day. Somebody always trying to control something. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Hindu. Think about the music. Oh, the ambiance, the feeling. Shanti Am. I don't know if that's Hindu or I don't know, but it's a God sound. I was so connected. I mean, I did one time even put them. They were coming and chanting at my house, and I had lost my Gahanza. Who does that? Me. I lost my Gahanza. Well, I said, well, come on in. But I don't have a Gahanza. I had just moved, and I couldn't find it. It was nowhere. Somebody said to me, well, if you lost your Gahanza, this, that, and began to say all this stuff. Hold on, sis. You and your crew can leave. I'm not religious. You understand? We're not doing that. And I cancel every word that you said. You understand? I ain't under no kind of religion. Whether one of y'all got a Gahanza or something in your darn purse, you better pull it out. Or you can leave. It's all good. Because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the community effort of us chanting the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Look it up. Don't make any judgments. That's what we were taught in religion a lot of times, to shut that thing down so that there is a separation and division between us all. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but you're talking about them. Shut up. Mind your business. Do you. Like my son said, after I was chanting, meditating. I did all of it. Had divine insight on the practice of Buddhism. It was an experience for me. Quite like Tina Turner. Do it all. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. For the frequencies within my body and my bones. So that everything can come together.